So I've heard the word incel thrown out a lot lately. I never really paid attention to that, but this documentary looks really interesting. It's kind of scarier than I imagined. I just thought it was someone who kind of stayed home all the time. So maybe that's me. Like, I don't know. But yeah, I want to see what this entails. There's a warning. That's why I say it's scary. It says contains violent and distressing content, including references to sexual violence and racial slurs. So guys, be careful. If this somehow is too much, well, maybe don't watch. But yeah, let's get started.
We've been investigating the hidden online world of incels.
I have not interacted with a female that is not related to me in over 3 years.
They're mostly young men, usually virgins, who can't find a romantic or sexual partner.
I must become more attractive. It's my last chance.
But on the extreme end, some incels are becoming more menacing.
There was quite a few women that I did want to break their nose so they would be ugly.
Where staunch incels blame women and attractive men for the reason why they're not in a relationship.
Around 60 terror attacks that can be linked to incel actors.
We wanted to know who these incels were, what they believed in, and just how extreme it could get. In this two-part investigation, we gain access to a world that is usually closed off, especially to women.
I mean, I think women have this issue too, in a way. It's like, it's just an issue with dating.
Before we start this story, we want to let you know that it contains violent and distressing content, including references to sexual violence and racist slurs. We're on our way to meet 5 incels who have been chatting to online for about a month now. They usually chat to each other in forums and in servers, but today they're meeting up. And they're letting us join. One of them, who we'll call Tom, is well known in the community for building a server, which is kind of like an online chat room. He's agreed to meet us first at a hotel.
Okay, I know that, okay. I hope nobody will be mad about this, but I actually really like that these are 2 women going to talk to these people, because maybe it'll help them like not be so angry at women. I mean, you know, they'll keep it professional and things.
Not a single female on the planet that would be willing to date me.
How do you define what an incel is?
An incel is someone who is unable to get into a romantic relationship.
Okay, their definition is a member of an online community of young men who consider themselves unable to attract women sexually. That's so sad.
He's nervous to be on camera.
Probably not true.
And has brought a mask with him to protect his identity.
Being an incel has become quite sensationalist. I am worried that openly identifying as such in public might affect job prospects.
What do you think when you see a woman on the street?
I don't feel like I live in the same society as her. I think that
you
every woman
kinda don't.
who encounters me on the street is inherently disgusted by me. I'm physically unattractive.
To be fair, they're probably not paying attention. Like, I know he's wearing a mask, but it doesn't matter. He's just a person, right? It's like, it's not like he thinks everyone's paying attention, which they're not, which is a good thing. They're just living their own lives.
And
that's really sad.
I have no experience speaking to females.
Tom casually browsed forums a few years ago in high school. Now he feels so connected to the incel philosophy that he built his own chat room.
Sometimes incels can say some edgy statements.
Can you give examples?
An edgy statement
I can imagine.
Like, I hate all women, all women, every woman is evil. Sometimes a small minority of users, when they're lashing out in anger, might make jokes about sexual violence.
Yeah.
I wouldn't paint the server as something too serious. A lot of this is just people just having like fun social interaction, fun banter.
In the 20 minutes we spent looking at the chat, we saw
aggressive.
Nazi symbols, racial slurs, and unsurprisingly, hate towards women.
This is
Lord.
an example of an incel
I'm
and
not
a
going back to
female
those are bad.
beefing with each other. The female said, "Y'all are boring," and this incel responded in anger.
You want to read the message?
No.
Well,
The server has been taken down around 10 times, but those takedowns have not really had a dent on its popularity.
It's hard to know how many incels exist, especially when they connect in private servers like this one. On the most
I'm sure they don't
popular
want to
forum,
talk
there
about
are
it with
millions
like
of visits each
outsiders.
year. By some estimates, at the very least, there are thousands of dedicated members worldwide.
I do blame women to a significant extent for why we have so many men single, depressed, lonely. There may be definitely elements of misogyny in the community. It's only reactive to being unable to get with females. It would probably...
I don't know. You could say the same thing for women. And there are women like this. Come on. They're probably not going to talk about it. They'll probably speak about it even less than these guys. But I'm sure women feel the same way that, you know, they could say it's the man's fault. Well, the men's could say it's the women's fault. Well, you know, it's just like an endless cycle of blame. And in the end, you're all lonely. That's so sad.
If a female showed interest in them. What board are you browsing? G.
We later catch up with the rest of the group in the park.
Hello. Good. Hello, female.
They're in their late teens and early 20s. Most of them haven't given us their real name.
Wait a minute. One of them said, hello, female. Ooh, it's a little aggressive.
After a month of speaking online, they've agreed to meet with us in person to explain a bit more about who they are. They agree to chat over lunch on the condition that their faces are blurred. Is anyone here dating?
No.
No. I wouldn't be here. No.
If you're dating, then you're not an incel. So.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no.
It's that hard line?
If you can date, chances are you can have sex.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make you an incel.
Like, if you're talking about going on dates, I think you can go on dates and be incel.
I'm more hardline in my definition.
Some allude to a common incel belief. They call it the black pill. It's the idea that women will only ever go for physically attractive men, that they've lost the genetic lottery, and their situation is hopeless.
That is not true.
No. My dad's like asked me when am I going to get a girlfriend or whatever. I feel like my mum knows I'm a loser.
Are you all at uni at the moment?
No, I'm working.
No, I'm at uni.
I'm studying, kind of, yeah.
It's mostly just STEM subjects.
Yeah, no incels doing like social work or something.
And why do you think it's those kind of jobs?
You don't have to talk to people, you can just focus on ideas and stuff.
Yeah, I said I haven't spoken to an IRL void in 3 years. And that's partially because I do a STEM.
Oh, we learned a new word. Or I did. A slur used by incels to describe females. What?
Okay. Like, I've never been paired with a female. Thank f***. If I did, I'd probably just walk out.
I don't know. Every time they're like attacking women, it's almost like they're not saying that they're really interested in women. You know, like, I could be wrong. I've only watched a 6 minute, I'm 6 minutes into this video, but it seems like they just are angry that they aren't with women. So they're just like insulting.
I wanted to know what direction the incel movement was headed in. So I sat down with a researcher who spent 18 months looking at the largest incel forum on the internet.
We gathered over 1 million posts from just over a year of activity on the forum.
He found the number of visits were growing slowly and posts were getting more extreme. We asked him to read some out.
I'm sure it's because of COVID and things like that.
12. Who in their right mind would prefer a 22-year-old roastie to this? And they've got an image of a 12-year-old child.
Okay, there are creeps everywhere. That's disgusting. Okay.
Socialist Germany was the best country for incels. Women are designed to be raped. Males have a sufficient strength advantage, and this was probably our main method of procreating. It's all designed to make women seem like
Nobody's ever said that.
In the most popular forum, about half of its members are Americans and Brits, but there are also Australians in there too. The group we've spoken to have never expressed any of these thoughts to us. Callum says that people who end up in these spaces tend to be unemployed, have mental health vulnerabilities, and are insecure about their looks.
Many users claim...
Yeah, that's interesting, the
neurodivergent.
looks.
Unfortunately, the answers they're getting are that women are to blame for all this.
Yes.
And it just sort of breeds this toxic, violent rage towards women that's really dangerous.
It is.
But not all in.
Like, even just those guys speaking before casually about, oh, if I got paired with a woman, I would walk out of the room. It's like that can escalate quite easily, you know?
Incels hate women
That's
and
kind of
subscribe
dangerous.
to the extreme end of things. Some go to great lengths to attract them.
I am making some gains.
For Raymond, he's hoping the gym is the answer. In YouTube videos, he talks about his journey to self-improvement. And so far, he's had 500,000 views.
Okay. Like...
And so far, he's had...
How hard has he really tried to speak to women? Or, okay, not like harass. I'm talking about like just making friends, talking about things that you have in common, and he's just focusing on muscles. That's not going to answer the question of
Hey guys,
why you haven't gotten a girlfriend.
I am 30 and still alone.
We're about an hour out of Melbourne and meet Raymond as he heads to the gym.
I go to the gym 6 days a week. I want to build.
I mean,
a
it's
good amount of
healthy, so
muscle
it's
and
fine.
Get lean and shredded. It seems that a lot of people have been successful with that.
Oh,
I still haven't had a successful one-on-one encounter with a girl.
Why do you think you've not had much success with women?
Firstly, I'm a very small guy. Like 6 foot guys are a lot more successful. I don't know how to talk to women or anyone.
I have heard this before a lot of times.
Up until now, most of the incels that we'd spoken to were virgins. But that's not the case with Raymond.
It has been some time since I had any sexual encounter that was not paid. I met some couples for threesomes.
Oh, gosh.
Threesomes. And I found them not really fulfilling.
Wow, what a surprise. What fulfillment are you looking for? I mean, that's not gonna...
Everybody has those same desires to want to feel desired and wanted and loved. I don't subscribe.
You would never find that from that type of encounter, man. Come on.
To a lot of the common views of, say, black pill incels. Like, not everything is determined by your genes. These groups, I feel, have kind of hijacked the term.
Raymond is hoping to have changed his luck with women by his mid-30s.
If I haven't succeeded, I'll probably start focusing on other things, maybe just enjoying my life and just rotting, as they say. I'll go back to my video games, start watching anime again, and maybe get a job.
There's nothing wrong with those things. Just do what you enjoy. It doesn't mean you have to be in a relationship like that, you know? And during those fun things that you're doing, you might meet somebody. Right? I mean, let me know what you think. Yeah, it sucks.
Tom says he's no longer involved in running the server, but he's still given up on the idea of ever being in a relationship.
I'm rather content now. It's just sort of like a huge gaping hole in your life and fitting into society, I guess. Having bleak views affects my mental health and many other incels' mental health by making us much less caring about our future prospects. The community is really the only reason why I stay, and as the situation for young men continues to get worse, it is inevitable that subgroups like incels will grow.
In the next part of our investigation, we look at how much of this online hate can spill out into the real world.
A man obsessed with guns.
With an online history of misogyny.
And this has to do with incels?
4 others. Having all these violent fantasies, constantly thinking about it,
man.
you know, rape, violence, murder.
And their only goal with me was to acquire some kind of sexual encounter.
If you like this video and want to see more, subscribe to the Feeds YouTube channel.
Well, that was sad. I mean, because you can see in all of them, they're just kind of, at the end of the day, just they're hating on themselves, really. And I mean, who am I to really give advice? It's just what I'm seeing as a viewer. I could be wrong. You know, I'm not one of these young men either. So there's a part 2. So I'm really curious about that. I'll probably watch it right after this one. I'll leave this video in the description if you want to go see it. I think it was good. It was short and sweet. I think they did a good job. But yeah, let me know what you think. And I will see you in the next video.